Welcome to the Salty Spittoon. How tough are you?
How tough am I?
You heard what she said.
Hey, what's up guys? It's your boy Phantom, back at you with another video, and today we're going to be continuing our discussion on anime games. Now if you haven't seen the first video yet, go ahead and check it out right here. Go ahead and check it out right there. You should be seeing it right there. Right there. Check that video out. And while we're on the topic of anime and whatnot, this video is sponsored by Loot Crate. I've recently partnered with Loot Crate and even have my own website where you can get some awesome anime related gear with monthly subscriptions. If you want to support the channel or just get you a good deal on some cool stuff, then head on over and check out my website in the description down below and use the code FUNFrankCrates for 10% off your subscription. All proceeds will of course go towards bettering and improving the channel. So when we're talking about anime games, let me just get this out of the way before we get the meat of the video started. When we're talking about anime games, I don't mean these. I mean these, okay? Just getting that out there. I saw this being mentioned in the last video quite a bit to make it worth mentioning in this one, okay? My definition of an anime game is a game made from its source material of both its manga and anime. Getting that out there. When I talk about bad anime games and whatnot, I am not talking or even referencing BlazBlue, Guilty Gear, Under Night, none of that. I honestly don't even know why those are considered anime games. Only one of them technically has an anime, and it wasn't even made from its source material being the anime. The anime was made after the game was released. It's just kind of weird. I'm talking about BlazBlue. It's just, yeah, I don't understand. I'm not talking about BlazBlue and Guilty Gear.
We're not talking about this or this. We're talking about this.
With Jump Force, quite possibly the biggest anime game released or planning to be released so far, receiving such disdain and low scores on the mainstream level and somewhat in the fan base level, and with the newly released One Piece World Seeker also receiving similar low scores and reviews, I sit here wondering how and why we can save anime games. How can we save these games? Putting all of the anime games released in the past right here, we can start to see a similarity in terms of reviews and in terms of complaints from players and fans alike. With the new Kill la Kill game coming out later this year, gameplay has already surfaced online. It's been online for a few months now, and the game seems to be looking pretty good. Something notable to know is that this game is being developed by A+ Games and published by Arc System Works, the same developers behind, quite frankly, the best anime game of last year, Dragon Ball FighterZ, and also other top titles like BlazBlue, Guilty Gear, and the new and upcoming Grand Blue Fantasy Versus. On the topic of Dragon Ball, which quite frankly have had some of the much better represented games than other titles, later this year we will be getting Dragon Ball Project Z, a much anticipated action RPG Dragon Ball adventure being developed by CyberConnect 2, the developers of another one of the best anime games of the past, Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm series, which were some of the golden years of Naruto games and in anime games, period. Other notable games such as Asura's Wrath as well were made by them. So Phantom, wait. What was the point of all that just now? What was the point of that? What are you trying to say? Well, I wanted to highlight some notable anime games that have come out and received great scores and positive love and feedback, not only from the majority of the community, but also from top gaming reviewers. But I also wanted to use those points just now to kind of segue into the first way I feel like we can start saving these anime games, man. And it all starts with So there was one thing I noticed when I was doing my research on these games. There was one thing I noticed in common with these games that I just pointed out, right? Dragon Ball FighterZ, Naruto Storm series, you know, stuff like that. There was one thing I noticed in common was that with the developers of those games, they all have substantially great track records for the most part. The Naruto Storm series was one of the best anime gaming series back in the day. And no, I won't hear otherwise. If you think Shinobi Strikers is better than Storm, then you've got some serious issues, my dude. And Dragon Ball FighterZ won Best Fighting Game of the Year for 2018, a feat no other anime game has ever done. The developers of the majority of these games, I feel, either are rushed in their development and pump out unfinished or lacking products, or just don't have enough time to put in and just add the love and, you know, give these beloved titles and make them pop like CyberConnect 2 and Arc Systems Works have shown they can do. So let's first start off with Jump Force, right? Of course, like I said, one of the biggest anime games to be released so far for this year, or one of the biggest anime games to be released so far, period, right? Let's start with Jump Force. Jump Force's developer, Spike Chunsoft, or Spike Chunsoft, however you say it, I don't know, it's a Japanese developer, right? They developed Jump Force, but they also, I'm sure some of you guys already know, they also were the creators of J-Stars, right? J-Stars Victory Versus, which unfortunately also received low user and low review scores. So yeah, not a good track record there. Soleil, I can't even say the name right. The developers of Naruto to Boruto Shinobi Strikers, quite frankly, have barely anything under their belt at all, with Shinobi Strikers being their only notable project, and unfortunately, not a very good one. After doing some research, a lot of these mediocre anime games can be traced back to the developers in some areas. They just suffer from having a fairly inexperienced or new development team at their helm.
First, these games are usually cheaper than AAA titles and are most commonly found in bargain bins just months after release. They can and do sell for full retail value sometimes, but the review scores usually temper that problem. Speaking of review scores, they score low, typically from 40 to 70 on review sites. They're almost always 2D fighters or brawler type games like Street Fighter and Power Stone respectively. Lastly, they're licensed games, so basically they're like the Cat in the Hat game, or the Grinch game, or Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen game.
So how can we save anime games? There's multiple ways. The biggest thing that I want to actually point out is that I noticed when doing my research for this video, I noticed a lot of these mediocre anime games that have come out that have received low scores for whatever reason, mediocre scores, average scores. They've all been made by, dare I say, or dare I repent, mediocre development teams in some areas more than others, right? At least for the most part, right? Like Naruto Shinobi Strikers, their development team, they haven't made anything at all besides Shinobi Strikers, and Shinobi Strikers sucks in my opinion. I think a lot of y'all can agree on that. Of course there's gonna be some people saying Shinobi Strikers is amazing, but of course, whatever, right? Shinobi Strikers is a mediocre game, very mediocre, right? But if we look over to the other side of the spectrum, CyberConnect 2 made the Naruto Storm series. They made Asura's Wrath. They made the Hack series, right? If you guys ever heard of that. Pretty good anime games. Great anime games in some areas, man. They're making Dragon Ball Project Z, which is probably going to be a really good game. Looks great. So, good track record speaks a lot when it comes to this topic, right? And the biggest thing that I noticed, and the biggest thing I want to take out of this research and this video, is the fact that I feel like a lot of these anime games that are mediocre and come out are just, they have mediocre development teams. They do, and I really feel like they do. I want to see anime games get the love and support that many of these AAA games receive. Too many times do I feel like anime games are just mass produced and pumped out every year with tons of fan service, but lacking tons of polish and quality to make these games evolve from just being generic anime games. That they are unfortunately at this point being labeled as with only and I mean only a few notable exceptions. Am I a game developer of any kind? No, I'm not. I'm just a normal guy who just wants to see better quality games represented for some of the animes that I love. At the end of the day, if you enjoy these games regardless of everything I said, then hey, do you, my dude. I ain't hating on you at all. But the fact of the matter is that these low review scores, and with the recent backlash I've seen and, you know, heard from Jump Force as of late, has made me make this video. I want to see more of this and less of this in the future for anime games. I'm looking forward to this Kill la Kill game, and I'm hoping it lives up to its hype. That's gonna end the video, guys. Thanks for watching, of course. I just want to see anime games make a return, man. I just want to see more Dragon Ball FighterZ anime games, right? I know I harp on Dragon Ball FighterZ a lot, and y'all say I dick ride it a lot. Honestly, I don't. It's a really good game. I don't see what's wrong with saying a game that is good, calling a good game, right? There's nothing wrong with that. The game is a good game. Of course, opinions are subjective. A lot of people feel like Dragon Ball FighterZ sucks, but I feel like those people just get beat up online. Like, I don't see how you can say the game sucks. It looks great, sounds great, plays great. The only reason you say Dragon Ball FighterZ sucks is because you're probably getting beat up online, okay? That's the only reason I can think of. Or you're probably looking at the single player content, which is another reason too, but I really feel like 80% of those is just you getting your ass kicked online. Dragon Ball FighterZ is a staple of anime games, okay? That's what we need to see more of, okay? Now the Kill la Kill game coming out later this year, or later in a couple months, I think. It comes out in July, I think. Yeah. That game's looking pretty decent so far. Afro seems like he likes the game a lot. The game actually looks pretty decent. I do want to check it out. So that game, let's hope that game, and it's being published by Arc System Works. So hopefully they keep a real tight, tight grip on it. Make sure it's good quality games, and that game hopefully is gonna be pretty decent. Let's hope and make sure. But I just want to see anime games make a return, dude. You know, I miss playing my anime games, you know, besides Fighters, of course. Just a lot of them suck. A lot of them suck, man. I'm getting real sick of it. I want to see good quality anime games. I want to see it, man. And we need to start first with the developers and second with the community. I feel like the community, you guys need to stop just buying anime games just because, okay? Just because it has Luffy, just because it has Goku and Naruto on the front cover. These developers know that. That's why they're most likely pumping out these half-assed games to you guys, because they know you're gonna buy it regardless, okay? There's no stopping y'all. If it has Goku and Luffy on it, y'all are gonna find some way to defend it no matter what. The game could be broken. The game cannot even turn the fuck on. You buy the disc for 60 bucks, you put it in your system, the shit doesn't even load. And y'all will still say this game is good and we just need to wait until they fix it. That mentality needs to go the fuck away. I don't understand when the anime gaming community got that extremely corrupt, dumb mentality of just wait it out, they'll fix it. Stop thinking like that, okay? When you're paying 60 bucks for something, we don't wait shit out. You get a month at least, and after that, your game's either a success or a failure. I'm sorry, there's no waiting it out. Stop waiting it out. You sound like a battered housewife. You know, he'll stop beating me. You just wait. No, stop it. We need to fix mentalities. We need to fix developers. And I just ranted for like 4 extra minutes past my script. But yeah, thanks for watching the video, guys. Make sure y'all check out the website, of course, funfrankcrates.com. If you want to support the channel in any way, or you want to get some cool stuff, link in the description below. Thanks for watching the video, guys, and have a great day. And yeah, comment down below. Let's get a discussion started. Once again, y'all know the drill. I ain't gotta say it. And give the video a like as well if you enjoyed it.
Because the point even... Matter of fact, you niggas didn't donate. Mike fucking muted.